Since the dawn of cinema, there have always been issues with LGBTQ+ representation on the screen. Whether those issues stemmed from bigotry, ignorance, or industry, they've all contributed to the stereotypes that plague the genre today. In this video essay, I will discuss one of the most ubiquitous tropes in queer representation: bury your gays. What it is, how it came to be, and how it affects society today. I will be using the 2024 film I Saw the TV Glow as a basis for my analysis, as I believe it reframes the trope in a creative and inclusive way. In 1934, the president of the MPPDA, William Harold Hayes, enacted the Hays Code, a set of industry guidelines which did not allow gay people to be shown on screen unless it was part of a plotline that showed that they were unnatural or evil. This meant that most every queer character would either die or be severely punished by the end of the film. Through a combination of queer phobia, laziness, and the fear of change, these sentiments continued to be present in film even after the Hays Code was replaced in 1954. These outdated sentiments created what we know as bury your gays. There are countless examples of this trope in media, with many online resources compiling the absurd extent of it. To name a few standout examples: Game of Thrones, Supernatural, Silence of the Lambs, Umbrella Academy, BoJack Horseman, Brokeback Mountain, Get Out, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Jennifer's Body. Due to the capitalist nature of the film industry, investors are adverse to queer representation, as it is often idealistically charged, which could narrow their consumer base. Because of this, filmmakers began to introduce queer characters to draw in a woke audience before promptly killing them for fear of angering investors. This reductive perception of queer people reinforces the infamous single story of the LGBTQ+ experience, a story full of tragedy, suicide, abuse, death, and villainization. Finally, let me explain how I Saw the TV Glow tackles this trope. Owen and Tara are our main characters, dealing with being transgender, although that is never explicitly mentioned in the film. Their true selves are represented by the two lead characters in their favorite TV show, The Pink Opaque, with Tara becoming so deluded and damaged that she believes that they must bury themselves to be transported to the show's fictional world. Owen can't bring himself to do it, and instead lives the rest of his life in denial, until he is eventually swallowed by his sorrows and breaks down. This intelligent depiction of queer suffering flips our trope on its head, with the tragedy coming from Owen not burying himself, not dying but continuing to live, denying his true self, Isabel, the chance to live. In most versions of the bury your gays trope, the victim's death is sudden and violent, but Owen's death is slow, methodical, and suffocating. This haunting portrayal serves as both an accurate and important piece of queer media, as well as a denial of stereotypes, promoting the creation of more intimate and inclusive film.